Alright. Hello, everybody. So, um, the following, is research I'm doing for an upcoming novel of mine that's going to come out after the, uh, novel, um, Searching for Tartaria. Um, so, what this relates to is I'm doing my own research and theories on how to improve America, especially in this upcoming new age, or what they want to call the fourth industrial revolution. Um, I'm trying to provide ideas for a better path. And one of the ideas that I thought about was on X, I call it decentralizing corporations, but I didn't think that that really grasped the essence of what it could mean. But what I really mean is a locally based corporation, um, where the local community can choose whether or not to participate in that corporations, and there could be multiple corporations within a community as well. Um, and basically, those people would be the stakeholders um, in the corporations and would select their CEO and their board of directors, which they'll determine um, their pay and and all that kind of stuff, and how the profits are shared among the stakeholders in the community. Uh, and when I say stakeholders, I'm not talking about them like having to put like an initial stake in the corporation. The community does that, um, which will be something I further discuss. But um, basically, they just say whether they want to be a part of it or not in the beginning. Now, as time moves forward, when new people arrive, that's that I'll kind of save for the novel. But I'm just trying to get some basic concepts down. I'm not trying to completely solve everything yet. That's for the novel. Um, these are ideas, and you can also help me improve the ideas, or provide any suggestions if you want to. But my idea stems on basically. Now, I understand that we can't do away with corporations as they are. That would be a hard transition to do that. So the goal would be either to have the government maybe provide some kind of funding in the beginning to help and get these started, because the idea centers around if the local community, like us normal folks, are a part of the corporation from a community standpoint, I think it would help ingredients in the food and the creation of better products and possibly less outsourcing. And you got the elite who want to do a universal basic income and have you just sit around on a virtual reality thing playing video games hoping you can get some extra money. Um, the universal basic income idea, I don't support, and I think this community-owned corporations idea is a little bit better, or a lot better, because it'll help take away some of their power and give people, normal people like us who have ideas, a chance at improving the quality of life in America, just not through ingredients and stuff like that, but just also through business structure. Because we need to think that the world is changing and it's not going to revert back to the old days. That being said, we have to find a way to increase consciousness and at the same time create a new paradigm for business and ethics going forward, because ethics are being destroyed. And I think this would provide that. So the corporation or the community-owned model would provide citizens a direct stake in the corporations, and this would provide like a sense of responsibility to the local community, and also something to be proud of. Whereas UBI is just basically a passive income, and you're not able to really affect decisions with that, because let's just face it, money is how decisions are made because of lobbyists and things of that nature. And the goal is to provide a better way, especially since the United States seems like it's developing these new classes between elites and just normal people. It seems like there's a divide going that way. The local community would select its CEO and boards, and this would ensure that the local community, sees that a good leader is leading the company, and also provides good values. And then the profits of a community-owned corporation could be reinvested into the community, like infrastructure, education, local projects, and it would bolster the economic boom. And this could also be a way to also do away with taxes. I haven't gotten to the Federal Reserve, and I've been meaning to, but I just had this idea pop up in my head, and I was like, oh man, that has to be next for my Uniting America series. So, and the other thing is you wouldn't be dependent on the government. You'd be dependent on your community working together and creating the best product possible, or the best grocery stores possible, or the best this or the best that, so that the things that corporations are doing now, basically poisoning us, have a chance to stop, especially now that more people are awake to this. And it also develops people within the community to become leaders themselves, and also provide a social connection of working together. And I just think that this would be a better approach than the way that they have it designed. And that's an idea that I'm going to put forth, and I'm going to explore the idea and concept a little bit more in that novel coming up. Because I think I have really great ideas to turn the United States around. Because let's just face another thing. Seems like we've lost our way, and we're trying to regain our way. But every single time that we try to regain our way, or the way that we think it should go, as a collective consciousness in this country, it seems like those in power deceive us and try to create different systems and infrastructures of control. And we don't want those models of control because we know that those models of control are based on problems that they caused. And their solution is to take away our freedoms, which is something that Alexander Hamilton warned us about when he talked about how liberty can, or the pursuit of justice can extinguish liberty. And I think we're seeing a lot of that these days. And I'm providing different models and theories, and I hope this encourages other people to do the same. Because the more ideas, like, leadership should not be a sole person, and that's the one thing I like about a community-owned corporation, is you might have a CEO. Yes, he's your main leader and manager, I would say, kind of a little bit of both, or but the thing is within that structured setting, leaders need to realize that ideas for creation and moving things forward can come from interactions, individuals, and groups, and working together and sharing ideas, I think would foster more creation, more development, better products. Because I would think as Americans, we would care about other Americans and also try and extend that into a global basis, because I know a lot of the world doesn't feel like we care about them, but we do. At least as citizens do. We want to see a world prosper, and we're tired of all the wars and things of that nature. But other than that, before I ramble on too much, I'm going to go ahead and stop this, but I wanted to put forth this idea to get it out there. Because that's how things begin. It's through ideas. Alright, so this has been a Uniting America series, and I will see you next week when I go over more about the China and the Bible, the Tower of Babel, and all that stuff. Because that's fun. That is real fun. Okay, peace out. And this has been a Uniting America series by the Jester. La, 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 la.